All right, so let me just, I think most of you already know a little about me, but let me just kind of share it just a tiny bit more about myself. So I'm a emotional transformation expert and mindset specialist. So I help people to overcome their emotional and mental blockages and reprogram their mindset, get them to become the best version of themselves. So they are empowered to live abundant, happy and fulfilling lives. So I help them to kind of clear the subconscious blockages, reprogram the mind. Then I teach people how to take control of their lives and also teach them how to control their thought process, their emotions in order to create the life that they desire. I mean, we probably all agree the quality of our lives are in line with the quality of our emotions. Emotions means like almost everything to us. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. So you might ask, how do I do this? So I use the combination of mindset, emotional and spiritual tools to help, spiritual healers, coaches and therapists, empaths to rapidly heal from their kind of deep past traumas, fears, all the subconscious blocks, so they can reconnect with their inner fire and claim their power back and pursue their mission fearlessly. Yeah, I'll work with the subconscious mind. That's the important thing. I don't know if you've seen this photo of the iceberg. The 95% of the iceberg is all our limitations or our kind of fears, all our stories and traumas. But unfortunately, we are only aware of the 5% at the top, but everything's been run by this subconscious mind underneath it, whatever is underneath the iceberg. So my job is to go in there, look at what's in there and release it and reprogram it so it can serve you. And most of this stuff in that area is all being created during your childhood. So it's so important to go to your childhood and go to the core issue and address them. Hopefully it makes sense. So today, as you know, this is an EFT demo. So I'll be working with one of you to help you overcome your work stress. So probably all of you knows about EFT. So EFT was kind of founded in 1990s and it's kind of returning to the mind, body, feelings, the state of balance and harmony. Yeah, basic, that's what it is. Did you manage to get in touch with Judy, Jenny? Any chance? All right. She's waking up so early. She's based in the US. It's like 3 o'clock. All right. Hopefully she will join very shortly. All right. So let's have a look at stress at work. So when you think about your work, when you think about your business, it doesn't have to be just work. When you think about your business, I want you to kind of think about what's happening with you, what kind of stress is causing you. It's almost like taking your power away. When you think about it, yeah, we got 100% power, energetic power. I want you to think about it. How much power do you have currently in your body? When you think about your work, don't think about anything else, just think about your work. How much power you're giving to your work and how much is left for you currently? Yeah. If you want, you can put in the chat for me as well so I can have a look at it. Some people got 100% power, but their work takes maybe 50%. So you might on the left with the 50%. So put in the chat. So let me kind of get a bit of an idea what sort of power you have at the moment when it comes to your work. That would be great help. While you're doing this, I'm just going to message Judy quickly. I'm just going to message her here to see if she's joining. All right, I'm just going to check your personal power. It doesn't have to be work. Just let me know, how it feels. It can be something else. So let's have a look. All right, let me just have a look. Zainab says 70. So 30% got your work, your power, 30% goes to your work. Laurie says 70. Okay, I give lots of to my work. I used to recover. Okay, fine. Oh, Bernadette, 30, 70. Oh, it's very similar then. Lots of people giving 30% of their power to their work. Yeah, Emma, 85. So you're giving 15% power to your work, Emma. Is that what you're saying? Is it the other way around?
The other way around.
Oh, you're giving 85% to your work. That's quite a lot, actually, isn't it? So your work has a big impact on you. What about rest of you? I know some of you done some work with me already. It seems to be like kind of 30. I'm giving 100%. Oh, Erica, you're giving 100% to your work, your power.
Yeah. You know, this is, yeah, it's really interesting because when I'm at work, I'll give it everything. It doesn't mean that I'm like drenched or, you know, I can't live or I've got nothing left for me. It's just when I'm at work, I'm dedicated. So regardless of whatever job I'm doing, I always do it fully.
It's more about stress. How much stress is causing you?
Okay, so maybe about 80.
It's causing you 80% stress.
Yeah, maybe less now, but it used to be quite bad. Okay, I'll settle on a 75.
Okay, fine. All right. So less 75. Roberta, you are sideways. Is quite funny. It's okay. No worries. Yeah, that's better. So I might have to go kind of look sideways, but it's okay. All right. So who wants to be on the hot seat? Let me know. I mean, you can talk, you know, I'm not really, I like the interactive session, so feel free to talk to me. Work is enjoyable, 500 stressed work. Oh, okay, that's good, Jenny, that's really good. All right, so sorry. So Emma wants to be on the hot seat. Who else wants to be on the hot seat? Just let me know about the, just put your hands up so I know who wants to be on the hot seat. Okay, it looks like Emma wants to be on the hot seat. All right, let's go with Emma then for the time being.
Oh, it's exciting.
Okay. Erica, we use the next one. Oh, is that okay? But you can still tap along with me because, you know, it still has the power. So all we need to do is kind of, you know how this works. You've done it previously. I think, Roberta, I'm not sure if you've done this previously with me. It might be.
Not thoroughly, no.
Right. Have you done EFT before?
No, I saw your last workshop and I just couldn't join the whole thing. So I only stayed for a few minutes.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to work with Emma and you can do the very same thing. So you can think about your work, your business, whatever you're dealing with. All we need to do is I'm just going to ask you to create like a little movie. Yeah, all of you can do this. Just create a little movie in your mind's eyes about your business, about your work, about the stress that is causing you. And I want you to kind of put it on the wall, you know, and I want you to look at it. I want you to give a name to it, you know, something short, not very long. You can, you know, it needs to be a little specific, but you can call it something like, I don't know, even work stress. That's something very simple. It just kind of represents, you know, what work means to you, how much stress you're getting from your work. Just kind of create that, put it on the wall. And I want you to rate it on from a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being, you know, high stress, high anxiety, and just kind of let me know where you are. You know, are you extremely stressed, worried, emotional intensity you're feeling about this movie that you just created? And just put in the chat box for me. Same for you, Emma, as well. Just put in the chat box for me and just let me know what kind of intensity you are feeling about your work stress. This movie that you just created. It could be relating to certain people. It could be relating to actual work that you're doing it. Just kind of rate it for me from on a scale from 0 to 10. 10 being extremely, you know, intensive. Just kind of put it on the side. Just put in the chat box for me so I know. Okay, Emma is 9. She's feeling really high. Bernadette is really high, 8. That's good. All right, let's hope that we can kind of reduce this, Roberta. Very intense now, 80. Okay, that's good. That's good. So except Emma, Zainab is 6, Erica is 7. Okay, that's good. So except Emma, I want all of you to kind of put your movie in like a little box next to you. All right, and we're gonna lock it in there. Does that make sense? Erica, you're looking up. Does that make sense to you? All right, we're gonna take your movie from the wall. You're gonna put in a little box next to you because we're gonna concentrate on Erica. But while we are doing it with Erica, you're also gonna work on your movie, but unconsciously you're gonna work on this. Yeah, you're not thinking about your movie. Your movie, your work stress is in a box, but somehow you're gonna get borrowing benefits from it. Is it good? You're gonna get the borrowing benefits. Yeah, because we're gonna check it at the end of it to see what's gonna happen. Yeah, how much it's gonna go down. Any questions so far? Action 3. Okay, that's good. Yeah, anybody got any question? Are you okay? So you're just gonna repeat what me and Emma doing. You're just gonna say exactly the same thing. You're just gonna follow us through. You can watch it through, and at the end of it, we're gonna come back. We're gonna open the box. We're gonna take out your movie. We're gonna look at how you feel about that movie now. How you feel about your own work stress. Is that all okay? Good for everyone? Yeah, great, brilliant. Amazing. So Emma, let's start with you. Tell me about your work stress a little bit. What did you call your movie, first of all?
Just Carnage. That's what my movie's called. Carnage.
Okay.
Yeah. So I work for high.
Intensity, you said 9. Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
9.
Mm-hmm.
So I work for a high street bank, and there's dealing with business customers basically. So as you can imagine, with COVID, with what's happened, the rug has just been pulled from underneath us, with all these products and processes that have been put in place by the government with no guidance, no kind of help or support. It's just dropped on us. And we can't keep up with the changes. We can't keep up with the timescales, the demands, nothing. So it's so difficult trying to help customers that are calling through because they've heard about these products that are happening that people are eligible for. We've got no idea how to be able to help those customers. So you're constantly put in an uncomfortable position where you don't know how to help them. You can't ask anybody because we're all working from home. You've got a customer on the other end of the phone. You've got managers that are hassling you with how long you're going to be on the phone call, how long you're going to take to type everything up. You've got systems that constantly break down, systems that almost get replaced on a weekly basis. Just, it's like fly by the seat of your pants. It's just such a fast changing, aggressive environment to work in where nothing stays the same. You're constantly put in uncomfortable positions, and you've got somebody on the other end of the phone and you've no idea what the hell to do or where to go. So the stress that you feel from it it's horrendous because it's so pressured. You've got targets to meet, you've got deadlines to meet. They're trying to change the structure of how we work. It's just everything all happening at once. You can't keep up, and it just makes you feel horrendous. It makes you feel like you're not good enough. It's so difficult to try and keep your head afloat and keep motivated in there.
Okay.
So
lots going on. Yeah.
There's so much going on, and then you kind of think, well, how long is this going to go on for? Because what we're doing is we're helping customers financially by putting in loans, for example, for these customers to help them get by with what's been going on with COVID. And then all these other different options that are coming in that we've got to get right, and everything, your mistakes are highlighted and scrutinized, and you've unfairly criticized about everything. So you're constantly feeling like you've got to stand up for yourself, that you've got to defend yourself. And this is something that I've always, well, until recently, really struggled with. I've just taken this really harsh negative criticism, and it's dangerous. You know, it tears you down.
I can understand.
You know, because you can't, not even the managers properly know what they're doing. It's just a horrible place at the moment. So you feel like it's never good enough. They listen to your calls, they're watching what you're doing, but they don't seem to offer you any help or support with it. So, you know, things are constantly changing. You know, we're going to be going into a position where, you know, customers are going to have to start paying these loans back very soon. Customers aren't going to have the money, and then that's another process of dealing with these customers in financial difficulty, of how we process these things. It's so difficult. You wouldn't believe the red tape that happens in the background. Well, you probably do know because you've worked in banking, but the red tape,
not banking, finance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really, really difficult.
Okay. I'm really sorry to hear it. I can't imagine how difficult it is. It's very difficult, but the stuff that you're telling me is so much deeper than what you're saying. Yeah, much deeper, because it's touching all your limitations or your scars that are coming from the past. Yeah, so this is not just about your work. It's so much deeper than what you experience right now.
Yeah.
Because there is lots of things going on. Okay, so you say a couple of things. I'm gonna start from there. You're being unfairly criticized. It's hard to stand up for yourself, and it kind of tears you down. All right. When was the first time you had these experiences? You felt like that. Go back to
with work or
before work. Unfairly criticized.
Well, it probably would have been, my mum was very critical.
Okay, hard to kind of stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
It kind of torn you down. Yeah. When was it? First time I went to go to your childhood. It's coming from your childhood, because this is the programming running at the background, and when it gets triggered, it's bringing all the issues to yourself. Yeah, there's much more stuff going on here. This is when we think about when something is about work, it's not really about so much work. It's just that something gets triggered within us, unfairness that happened to you, probably in your childhood, keep coming up, and you're like, I have to survive, I have to live. That's why I have to keep push myself to my limits. And you know that's not fair. And when we don't overcome certain issues, it repeats. The patterns keep repeating itself. It doesn't matter what work you're going to go to, the same pattern will repeat itself over and over again. You can't run away. Probably, I don't know if everybody kind of feels the same. It just becomes your personality. It just becomes who you are. And the programming runs at the background. That's why it's important to go to the subconscious mind and release that stuff. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me the first time you felt this way. System is kind of almost break down. No idea. You have no idea where to go to. You know, it's all happening at once. This is all your childhood. This is not about work.
It's just chaos, and that's very much like what my childhood was like, really. I think the link is I was kind of unfairly treated.
Mhm.
And that's probably how I feel at the moment with work. I was put in probably uncomfortable positions where I probably had too much responsibility
Yep.
as a young child,
Yeah.
because I've got 3 younger sisters.
Yeah. And you had nowhere to go to, no one to ask.
No, and I was kind of put in a position where my mum suffered quite badly with bipolar disorder. My dad worked very hard, and I was often put in positions where I'd have to look after my 3 younger sisters, who are a lot younger than me, and put in a position where I'd have to look after them, but my mum would allow my younger sister, the one who's I don't get on with now really, where she would be in control and she would deliberately try and cause trouble, say that I'd smacked her or something like that. And I'm not like that. I haven't got it in me to do that. She would tell lies to try and deliberately get me into trouble when it wasn't true. So I was put in this uncomfortable position of feeling like I've got to look after my sisters when I was probably only about 12 at the time, and looking after sisters that were maybe about 13, but looking after sisters that were 7, 10 and 13 years younger than me, and having that responsibility of doing something like taking them to the park, and having the one sister, just her behaviour was absolutely disgraceful. Nobody could manage my sister, but I was put in a position where I'd have to look after her. And then I'd come home and mum would be really critical, believe what my sister Becky would have said to her, that I'd smacked or something, and then mum would be really horrible to me, not even listening to my side of the story. She would listen to Becky and it wasn't even true.
So is that what's happening at the moment at work? Very similar scenario. Is it repeating itself? And you feel like you have to look after all these customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take responsibility, and it's draining.
Yeah.
Can you all see? So this could be same for you as well. So I want you to start thinking about what similar thing happened to you in your past as well. How is it relating to the challenges that you are experiencing currently? Where is it coming from? Because we can deal with the work stuff. I can deal with it. I can help her to release the work stuff. But if core issue is still there, it's still causing her feeling not good enough. That's what we are experiencing here. She's been put in situations to look after her siblings, but she never felt good enough. And she was constantly being accused, synchronized, isn't it? Constantly, what you're doing, how you're doing, are you doing it correctly? And she's keep having the same experience over and over again. Yeah. And unless we overcome this is going to repeat more and more, no matter where you go to. It will always repeat itself. So we need to break that pattern. Yeah. So we haven't created this carnage, but now I want you to create another movie for me. Yeah, I want you to create a movie about what happened with your mom, your sister. Yeah. And how you were taking care of them, how responsible you felt, how you felt as a child, 13-year-old child. Yeah, I want you to give a name, whatever name you want to call it.
The childminder.
Okay, 1 second. Childminder, and what's the intensity of it?
We're about a 9 and 8.
9. Okay, what's the main emotions coming to you?
Just it's unfair, anger, upset, the hurt, feeling, that I'm not loved, that I have a role, and that's to look after everybody else.
So if you're not loved, what is it? Tell me. What's the main thing that's coming to you? What was your purpose in that family, if you're not loved?
To look after everyone else.
Is that your purpose? Yeah.
Felt like it.
You were like a childminder, yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't get paid.
No.
You didn't have security.
No. I felt like, yeah, I just had it.
There is
Yeah.
something else. Dig it in a little bit. There is something else.
Wasn't respected. You know, I wasn't treated equally. My needs were not thought of. You know, mum and dad didn't really do anything for me. It was all about my sisters. It was all about survival, really. But you know, I was kind of treated, well, you know, you're old enough, you can look after yourself, but actually we want you to look after the children.
There's something heavier than that. Let me just kind of go a little deeper. Go into your heart. There's something much bigger than that, Emma. I feel it. I'm just going to connect with your heart, okay? Just open up your heart to me if you don't mind. Is it okay to connect with your heart?
Yeah.
Just open up your heart to me. It's so much deeper than so much scar, so much pain in there. Have you thought about being homeless that age?
No.
Did you feel secure at all?
No, not at all.
What made you feel not secure? What was it? What was your biggest fear at the time?
Well, mum being poorly was a big thing.
Okay. What was the worst thing can happen to you at that time? Tell me. Just go back to that age. What could be the worst thing can happen to you? You've been hiding it. It's been deeply buried. Let's get that out.
Just mum being physically not very nice, really.
What did it mean to you?
I just couldn't understand.
What is it, Emma? She could not why.
It was all really unfair.
Okay.
I was a good kid, really good kid. I didn't get into any trouble. You know, I never hurt anybody or did anything to offend anybody. You know, I was always there for everybody else.
What did it mean when your mom didn't understand you? Just tell me, there's something. Just let it go. I think you're trying to protect her. What did it mean to you? As a child, just see yourself, 12, 13 years old, you know, you feel it's unfair. You feel like you're not a good kid, even though you're doing everything. You don't feel safe. What is it? What does that mean? Why do you deserve this? Who will deserve such a thing?
I deserve to let this go now.
Sorry?
I deserve to let this go now. I know that. At
the time, what did you feel? You made a decision. You made a decision when you're 30-year-old, when you experienced all of that. That meant you are something. What is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're going to have to find it. You've hidden it so well. There is something I can't get in. You're not opening up. All right. I'm going to start with this, but there is something I'm going to have to find it. Is that okay? And it's safe for you to find it because I feel your pain, how much it hurts. Other people might feel it as well. If you connect with her, if you're an empath, you can feel her pain. She's got big, massive blockage in her heart. And she's not letting me go deeper because it hurts so much that she doesn't allow me to go. But I know there is something. She made a decision about herself and it's keep repeating. Oh my God.
I feel like I had this role to fulfill, that I needed to do all these things to feel lovable, to feel part of the family. But also I didn't have a choice. It was, you know, I had to do these things. And then I was criticised for doing things. Sometimes I find sorry.
So carry on.
Sometimes I find it difficult to articulate the words of how it is I feel.
What does that mean? You're not lovable? Is that what it is? What is it?
They don't love me.
They don't love you.
They
Your
didn't.
family.
That's how I feel. They didn't love me. They didn't appreciate me.
So your family didn't love you.
That's how it felt at the time.
Getting there. Still not the right one. I don't feel that that's still not the right one, but we'll be getting there. You're not lovable. Is it what it is? Is it how it feels?
I don't know. I'm not good enough.
You're not good enough? No, it's not that. It's something else. We get there. Let's start. Yeah, let's go. Thank you. All right, just connect with yourself. I want you to get your roots out in the Mother Earth. Just connect with yourself, ground yourself. I want you to bring in the white light from the universe and to protect you, anchor your higher self, whatever you want to call it, and just come and protect the space and help you overcome this challenge, because it's time for you to let it go now. You don't need to sit in this energy. You don't need to sit in this programming any longer. It's no longer serving you. All right. And I'm giving you permission to release this. Your permission is being given, Emma, to release this old programming, because it's no longer serving you. All right, open up your eyes, and you can all do exactly the same thing that I'm doing. All right. Let's start with this one. So, Roberto, you're just going to kind of go like this, yeah? We're all going to start with our hand. Just repeat whatever we are doing. All right. Even though
I
have this childminder movie, I acknowledge how I feel. Even though I have this childminder movie, I deeply and completely love and accept how I feel. Even though I have this childminder movie, I'm ready to forgive myself. What is that feeling?
It's good.
All right, let's go over this. I was unfairly treated. Too much responsibility on a young child. I had to look after my 3 siblings. I was put under the very uncomfortable positions. I was only 13 years old. It was so unfair. I had to look after my sisters. And even though everything I did, in my power, I was to get blamed for it. And Mum would be very horrible to me. I've got so much anger, upset and hurt. I can't let this go. It's been ruining my life. It's so hard. It is so unfair. Nobody has to go through this pain. I feel so unloved. I wasn't respected. I wasn't treated equally. Just like my work. Just like my Carnage movie. I had to survive. I'm still trying to survive. It's so hard. It was so unfair. I was a good kid. Why was I treated that way? Yeah. Wasn't I lovable?
Wasn't I lovable?
Why didn't my parents love me?
Why didn't my parents love me?
How's that feeling when you say that?
It's just really sad, you know.
Yeah, I do feel the
It's
sadness.
in my chest.
I feel so sad.
I feel so sad.
I feel like my parents didn't love me.
I feel like my parents didn't love me.
They didn't protect me.
They didn't protect me.
Wasn't I good enough?
Wasn't I good enough?
Why didn't they love me?
Why didn't they love me?
What is wrong with me?
What is wrong with me?
What's coming up?
It's just not, my childhood was really difficult. Just felt like, what was the point of them having me if they didn't treat me very well, you know?
What's
They just
that?
didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't show me any love or any respect or any appreciation for what I did and how much I did this from a very, very young age.
I want you to go to the top of your head, close your eyes. I want you to feel, close your eyes. I want you to feel everything. Everything that your younger self is going through. And I want you to tell me how she's feeling. Just almost step into her body and just tell me what's happening. You're a 13-year-old. Tell me what she's going through.
Just
How
chaos.
Okay.
Just chaos. It's just, you know, I feel uncomfortable having friends around my house because I don't know how mum's going to behave. I don't know how my sisters are going to behave. You know, it's the embarrassment, just, you know, mum and dad falling out, and just their relationship that they had together, you know, being treated unfairly, being blamed, being criticised, you know, not really feeling like I'm part of the family, you know, doing all these jobs around the house and looking after the children and everything, and they wouldn't do anything for me if I couldn't get a lift with a friend to somewhere with someone, I couldn't go, basically.
Okay.
So I didn't feel like I was able to do the things that I wanted to do.
Okay. Where is that feeling? Concentrate on that feeling for me.
It's in my chest.
You're doing really great. Go to your hand now. Do it this way, Emma. Just feel that pain. I have all this pain in my chest. I wasn't wanted. I'm not good enough. What else is coming up? What's your internal dialogue at the moment?
Just how scared I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I felt very alone. There was no one really for me to talk to.
You're doing really great. Just go through it, and I feel very alone.
I feel very alone.
I have no one to talk to. I have no safety.
I had no safety.
My parents don't love me.
My parents don't love me.
Something is wrong with me.
Something's wrong with me.
Which one's got the most impact on you?
I'm always scared that, you know, what if something's not right with me?
There you go. We're coming to the bottom of that. Something is not right with me. Okay. Something is not right with me. Repeat after me.
Something's not right with me.
Otherwise, my parents would have loved me.
Otherwise, my parents would love me.
Something is wrong with me.
Something's wrong with me.
It hurts.
Say that again.
It hurts.
It hurts.
What else is happening? Tell me. Everything that's happening to you.
you know, just in this toxic environment of just constant arguing and just, you know, dad, you know, not being that nice to mum, but then mum not being that nice to dad, and
sounds like
just,
something is not right with them as well. Is that
it
right?
wasn't. It's a miracle that they're still together now. But they
Okay.
get on better now than they ever used to.
Okay, so did you make a decision that something is not right with them as well?
No, yeah,
Yeah, so something is not right with your family and you. Is that right?
yeah.
Okay, go to top of your head, take a deep breath. Take a very deep breath and let go. Okay. Just let go. There you go. This is what you've been hiding. Something is not right with you. And you will do everything in your power to protect that. Just let go. You can't stop happening. Just let go. Take a deep breath. Just let go. Relax. All right. This is your core belief. This is your limited belief. Something is not right with you. Yeah. That's what you've been trying to protect. Is that true?
No, I don't think it is.
No, it's not. Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing. I certainly cannot see anything wrong with you. What's your child-minded movies like now when you look at it?
It's still quite high.
8, 9, what is it?
Probably about 6 or 7.
Okay, it's gone down a little bit. What is coming up? What is it you're seeing when you look at it?
You know, I really feel for my family. You know, we've had a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still love them very much, you know, and I'm still close with my mum now, because I understand that she's got an illness and it's a bloody horrible one. It's just the most horrific thing, seeing her get so poorly that she's hospitalised. It's really awful. And she's had a really tough life herself.
Okay. Just
So it's no wonder she's got this.
yeah. Can you carry on tapping? Yeah. Tell me everything. Whatever you're seeing it.
I just feel so sorry for my mum.
How do you feel that?
In my chest.
And what sort of feeling is it?
Just the pressure, the weight, the ache.
I feel so sorry for my mum.
I feel so sorry for my mum.
All this ache.
All this ache.
Her illness is horrible.
Her illness is horrible.
It must be so difficult for her.
It must be so difficult for her.
Did you ever feel like you might have the same illness?
It's no, I think because I'm very aware of what her illness is and the symptoms and everything. Very, very aware, because I see her go through it so often.
Yeah.
But I think so I first started having really bad anxiety 2 years ago, when I had to go on medication for it. And I think at that point, because of the anxiety and how it just makes your mind just go on and on, it made me think, well, I've got anxiety now. What if I get bipolar? You know.
That's your fear, yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
You know, and I think my mum always had bipolar. I think from what people have said, from a young age, she had traits of this illness in her then, but people didn't understand what it was then. It wasn't known about. And I know that I don't have those traits, but there's still this part of me in my mind that thinks you know, I want to have a baby, I'm trying for a baby. There's this terrible thing that I have of what if I do get it, because of, you know, your hormones go all over the place once you've had a child, and the stress and the sleepless nights and the, you know, the children being poorly. What if I get it, and what if I'm not the mum that I hope I want to be to my children? I don't want to repeat what's happened.
Yeah. That's why we're working on that now, so you can release it.
Thank you.
I don't want to end up like my mum.
I don't want to end up.
I don't want my child to go through the same pain that I went through. Nobody can handle this.
Nobody can handle this.
It was too much. Nobody should live with this.
Nobody should live with this.
I was so strong.
I was so strong.
I'm so proud of myself.
So proud of myself.
Nobody can handle this.
Nobody can handle this.
I was able to handle it.
I was able to handle it.
I was so strong.
I was so strong.
And I'm still so strong.
I'm still so strong.
Despite everything.
Despite everything.
I'm such a good person.
I'm such a good person.
How is that feeling?
Yeah.
I feel so sorry for my mom.
I feel so sorry for my mum.
It must be so difficult for her.
It must be so difficult for her.
Living with this disease. What do you call it? Illness? Living with this illness.
Living with this illness.
She is so strong.
She's so strong.
I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of her.
I forgive her.
Say that again.
I forgive her.
I forgive her.
Is that true? Can you forgive her?
I can forgive her. And I want to help her. That's the thing. I'm desperate to try and help her with what she's been through. Mm-hmm. You can't relive those years in your childhood, can you? Yeah. But I think I can accept it. I think I'm more worried about, having a lovely family when I'm older. So I do want to release and accept and forgive her.
I'm ready to forgive her.
I'm ready to forgive her.
It's just an illness.
It's just her illness.
It didn't mean I was not lovable.
It didn't mean I was not lovable.
It didn't mean I wasn't, something was wrong with me.
It didn't mean something was wrong with me.
Something was just wrong with my mom.
Something was just wrong with my mum.
She's not well.
She's not well.
I deeply and completely love, accept and forgive my mother.
Love, accept and forgive my mum.
She's my mother.
She's my mother.
Despite everything, she will always be my mother.
Despite everything, she will always be my mother.
She'll make me stronger.
She'll be stronger.
She made me stronger.
Oh, she made me stronger.
And I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of her.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of myself.
Now go to the top of your head, take a deep breath. Let go. Just let go of everything that you're holding on to. Let go. Yes, stop tapping. Just feel, take a deep breath. Just let go. Just let go of everything that you've been holding on to, that you're thinking you're not lovable enough. Something is wrong with you. Just let go of all of that beliefs, okay? So how do you feel now? Look at your movie again. Your childminder movie. What's the intensity of that now?
It's probably down to about 5.
Okay, what's coming up?
just little snippets of different scenes that happened.
Okay.
Just of mum's erratic behaviour, and me feeling confused, not really understanding why.
Okay.
You know, and why is nobody stepping in to help her or understand what the hell's going on? Because her behaviour was really strange.
Okay. So nobody was able to help your mom, yeah?
Say that again.
Is she getting the help that she needs at the moment?
She sees a therapist, but I think my mum wants to talk about it, but she doesn't want to try and change it. So I don't know whether it's just therapy she's having. I think she definitely needs EFT, but you know, I think she needs to take ownership and try and implement changes. And that's what I don't think she does. I think she talks about these things, but she doesn't try and change her behaviour or how she deals with situations that happen now. And it's just the same pattern of cycles that happen over and over again.
Yeah. She needs to be ready to let go. It sounds like she might be stuck in a certain trauma, and if she released it, she can be free.
Yeah.
And you can help her, you know, you can help. Yeah.
Oh, I am helping her with EFT.
Good.
But there's I wanted to talk to you actually, because there's one trauma which is I'd need to ask you for some guidance on that, really.
Sure.
But that's one of the main things that come back every time she starts to relapse. She brings this back up. There's a few memories that she always brings back up, and she's reliving these traumas.
Exactly. Yeah. Usually, like counseling and talking therapies doesn't help, but because it takes them back into the trauma. I don't usually recommend that sort of things.
Yeah.
You need so much deeper work to release it, because what's the point of reliving? It's just like almost reinforcing the trauma over and over again, isn't it?
Mm.
All right, so tell me, when you look at your movie, what is that you're seeing? Yeah, you read reverse. What is it you're seeing now?
Just mum just shouting, and like when she has bipolar, her eyes just look, I've never seen anything like it. It's like the devil takes over. And these eyes, and just her pacing the floors in the house, and feeling really quite on edge and afraid of what she's going to do next and how she's going to behave.
That's good. I'm so afraid.
I'm so afraid.
I don't know what she's going to do next.
I don't know what she's going to do next.
Tell me more. Just tell me more. Put yourself in that 13-year-old. What's happening? Feel everything in your body. Just see her with big eyes. What's happening?
I need to escape to my room, get away from it.
Okay.
I need to keep myself small.
Oh, okay. Keep yourself small. Okay.
To blend in and not.
Okay. Carry on. That's really good.
Nothing was ever about me or what was good for me or what I wanted. I had to very much blend in, you know. So I'm one of the quieter ones at the family house, because, you know, all my sisters, because they were so much younger, they'd all be running around and squabbling and, you know, almost fighting for attention, and I would almost go the other way because I think, oh, I can't keep up all that with them. So I'd often be quite quiet and
So what will happen if you didn't keep yourself small or blend in? What will happen to you? What's the worst thing can happen to you?
If I keep myself small, then nothing can hurt me.
If you didn't, what will happen?
The fear of things not going right.
Tell me an example. Example, what would that be?
Of what may have happened.
Yeah. If you didn't keep yourself small, you could be keeping yourself small all those years, even at work. Yeah. You had to blend in because something bad might happen. Just give me an example. What's the worst thing can happen if you didn't blend in, if you didn't keep yourself small, if you didn't say yes to everything, if you didn't take all this, I don't know what you want to call it, be like harassment, isn't it? If you didn't take all of that, what will happen to you?
Well, I'd almost feel like I'm abandoned. I think that's the big one, the abandonment, fear of abandonment.
You will be abandoned, yeah? All right. Okay, there you go. All the fears are coming up now. I will be abandoned.
I will be abandoned.
I have to blend in.
I have to blend in.
I have to do what other people tells me.
I have to do what other people tell me.
I have to keep myself small.
I have to keep myself small.
Otherwise, I will be abandoned.
Otherwise, I'll be abandoned.
My parents will abandon me
My parents will abandon me
because something might be wrong with me.
because something might be wrong with me.
I might end up like my mum.
I might end up like my mum.
And if they abandon me,
And if they abandon me,
they will take their love away from me.
they will take their love away from me.
And what's the point of me being on earth?
And what's the point of me being on earth?
What's coming up?
Just feeling things were just so difficult, uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Just put in an uncomfortable position all the time of authority, but not having any authority.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of having to keep things in control when my sister's out of control and she's got problems. She has got problems then and now. I think she had ADHD when she was younger.
Mm.
Now I think she's got a narcissistic personality disorder.
Mm. You're being put in authority, but without any authority. That sounds like work to me as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
There was no time for me to enjoy my life, really.
Yeah.
I wasn't encouraged to do any kind of hobbies or activities or anything. They didn't really pay any interest in me in school or anything.
What is stopping you taking your power back from all this stuff?
Not feeling good enough,
Mm-hmm.
not having the confidence.
Who makes a decision about you being good enough or not?
Me.
Are you ready to do that?
Yeah.
Are you good enough? Is something wrong with you? No, there is nothing wrong with you. And it's okay to take your power back from all those people. Your mom wasn't well enough, so you're giving your power to your mom. You're giving your power to your, both parents, your siblings, your work and everything. We can take that back a little bit. Yeah. I'm ready to take my power back.
I'm ready to take my power back.
I'm more than good enough.
I'm more than good enough.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I accept myself the way I am.
I accept myself the way I am.
It's okay for me to, it's okay for me to be special.
It's okay for me to be special.
It's okay for me to be me.
It's okay for me to be me.
I don't need to hide or blend in anymore.
I don't need to hide or blend in anymore.
It is safe for me.
It's safe for me.
I give myself a permission to be out there.
I give my permission for me to be out there.
I'm more than good enough.
I'm more than good enough.
I accept I'm more than good enough.
I accept I'm more than good enough.
How is that feeling?
I just don't believe in myself.
You've got more work to do. Because you had a very difficult childhood. It's not easy to, grow up with a bipolar mom, is it? And our moms means everything to us, especially as women. Our relationship with our mom is like everything, almost like everything. Our whole kind of like the foundation of who we are. And we need to heal that. Otherwise, it's so difficult to feel like you're good enough. You're special, you are loved, you're lovable. It's very, very difficult. We can heal it. I'm willing to believe in myself.
I'm willing to believe in myself.
I'm open to these possibilities.
I'm open to these possibilities.
I'm releasing all the anger and frustration.
Releasing all the anger and frustration.
And whatever beneath these feelings.
And whatever is beneath these feelings.
I'm bringing more empowerment to myself.
And giving more empowerment to myself.
And it's okay for me to feel good about myself.
It's okay for me to feel good about myself.
I'm open to healing.
I'm open to healing.
I choose me.
I choose me.
How is that feeling?
Does it feel good? Better.
Good. Go to the top of your head now. Take a deep breath. Just let go. And see how you're feeling.
Yeah, I do feel better.
Good. I'm loving your candle, Erica. Sorry, carry on.
It does look nice. No, I've got this chest ache. And now, but I think I wasn't expecting so much to come up.
There's so much there, Erica, so much. What's the intensity of your childminder movie?
It's probably down to about a 3 now.
Okay. Tell me about the chest pain.
Yeah, it's just like a spread all over my chest here.
Just tell me a little bit. What is that reminding you of? What is it?
I don't know what it reminds me of, but it's a feeling that I get quite often.
Is it fear?
Yeah.
Just concentrate on, close your eyes. I want you to concentrate on that feeling. And just say, I have this feeling in my chest.
I have this feeling in my chest.
And I acknowledge this feeling.
And I acknowledge this feeling.
And it's okay for me to release it.
And it's okay for me to release it.
I'm tired of living in this childminder movie.
I'm tired of living in this childminder movie.
It's okay for me to let it go now.
It's okay for me to let it go now.
Maybe I can't even let go of this carnage movie as well.
Maybe I can let go of this carnage movie as well.
Maybe I don't need to keep repeating this programming.
Maybe I don't need to keep repeating this programming.
I can take my power back.
I can take my power back.
I don't need to take care of everyone.
I don't need to take care of everyone.
I only take care of myself.
I only take care of myself.
My life.
My life.
And I don't need to give my power to anybody else.
And I don't need to give my power to anyone else.
It's my power, my life.
It's my power, my life.
And it's safe for me to let go of this childminder movie.
And it's safe for me to let go of this childminder movie.
I don't need to look after any children anymore.
I don't need to look after any children anymore.
I'm only responsible for my own children.
I'm only responsible for my own children.
And I'm giving myself a permission to look after them well.
And I give myself permission to look after them well.
I'm calling in more peace into my life.
And say that again.
I'm calling in more peace into my life.
I'm calling in more peace into my life.
And letting go of all the anger and upset and hurt.
letting go of all of the anger, the upset and hurt.
I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm giving myself a permission to be free.
I'm giving myself permission to be free.
Now go to top of your head again. Take a deep breath. Just feel like you're letting go. And just have a look at your movie, how it feels. Can't stop tapping, it's fine.
Yeah.
How is your movie feeling, childminder, now?
It's, yeah, it is a lot better now.
1, 2. What's
Yeah,
enough?
about 1 or 2, I think.
Okay. Now we're going to do a little journey. Close your eyes. I want you to go and step into that movie. I want you to find your younger self. I want you to go and see her. I want you to put your arms around her and tell her how proud you are of her. Despite all the challenges, she did so well. She coped so well. She didn't get bipolar. She didn't get ill. And she carried on treating everybody fairly and nicely, carry on looking after everyone. But tell her it was never her responsibility to look after other people. And that was too much of a weight for her. Just have a conversation with her. Just tell her whatever she needs to hear and tell her how proud you are of her. And just give her a kiss and tell her that you will always going to be there for her no matter what. And just tell her that she's free to do whatever she wants to do. And she no longer needs to blend in. She no longer needs to hide. And she no longer needs to feel stress or pressure relating to anything, because she's more than good enough. And tell her you will always going to be there for her no matter what. And she doesn't need to feel trapped anymore. She doesn't need to worry about people harassing her or system is breaking down. And she knows exactly what she needs to do. And she can cope with any demands. And it's not her responsibility to look after and take care of other people. And she can't stand up for herself. And nothing can tear her down. And she can let go of any of those programming that are coming up to her way. She can just let them all go. And tell her that it's okay to forgive her parents and forgive herself. And there's nothing that she did wrong, and there's nothing wrong with her, and she's okay the way she is. And she's a wonderful person, and you love and accept her the way she is. How is she looking now? Is she happier?
Yeah.
Does she need anything else from you?
No, I think that's been amazing.
Okay, I want you to kind of have this ripple effect. Yeah, I want you to see her knowledge being carried forward to today's date. All this knowledge, understanding come to this date, and she doesn't need to worry about anything else. Because it's all being misunderstanding, and she let go of all these packages. Just feel her letting go, releasing all this responsibility that she doesn't need to carry on anymore. Yeah. And when you're ready, I want you to kind of see your movie, come out of the movie, see your movie in your mind's eyes. I want to run it from beginning to end and reverse it back in your mind's eyes. And I want you to make it sort of like black and white. See everything in like a black and white movie. Run it backwards and forwards in your mind's eyes a couple of times. And I also want you to put a little Mickey Mouse sound to it. Just put a little Mickey Mouse sound. And I want you to sort of see everything in a much lighter kind of perspective. Everything that your mom is saying to you, you know, when she opens her eyes, it's just a little Mickey Mouse movie. Yeah, can you see that? Can you do that?
Yeah.
And I want you to also see what was the purpose behind that movie, the experience. What did you have to learn? What did you get out of it? Can you see the kind of lesson behind it? What's the lesson?
To learn about well-being, mental health, how to look after myself.
Mhm.
and think about, you know, what my needs are instead of what everybody else's were.
Mhm. Did it make you any stronger?
Yeah.
Okay, it made you stronger. So thank you. Say thank you to your parents for that experience, that lesson and everything. And I want you to kind of make that movie really small, really tiny. And I want you to kind of send it to the universe. Just ask the universe to take it away. Just it's gone forever and there's no power over you. And when you're ready, just open your eyes and come back to the room. Thank you so much for doing this. You've been amazing. So when
Thank
you
you so
think about
much.
it, how does it feel now?
Yeah, just feel a lot better.
How is your Carnage movies feeling like? I know you didn't really touch it, but let's see if it had any impact on it.
No, it has helped. I'm trying to think of a long-term plan now of just stick with it, you know, to get the maternity pay, hopefully. It's worth staying for that. So it's just trying to manage the stress, I think, in the meantime.
I think you had a shift. Hopefully you shouldn't feel like you need to look after everybody. You don't have to over kind of not over anything. You don't need to probably take too much responsibility, let's say. Yeah. If you feel like lots of responsibility coming to you, just maybe take a step back and say, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not responsible for everything. I can only do my best. Yeah. Maybe push it back or something. I'm hoping that you had that shift. You know, I know this was only like an hour session. I normally do sort of 90 minutes, but I'm hoping that this will help you to move forward at work as well. You know, let it go. Some of that stress and anxiety that you've been feeling, because it's coming from you. You know, lots of people might be under a very similar situation, but some people feel the stress and anxiety more than other people because of due to their old programming. And hopefully when we cleared old programming, you wouldn't feel like that going forward. You will feel so much better about your work, yourself, because you learn how to put yourself first. Yeah. Because you didn't know that. You always, you know, since you was a little kid, you learned to put other people first. You learn to blend in. You learn to keep quiet, to keep the peace.
Yeah.
You learn to stand up for yourself. Maybe it's time for you to say no to people, you know. And people realize this, everything is energy. Everything is, you know, they feel it in your energy. Let's see how you get on, but thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That was amazing.
You're more than welcome. How is everybody else feeling? Have a look at your movies, get them out of the box. Hopefully this was helpful for you as well. Let me know if they've gone down. What's the recent kind of anxiety, stress level that you're feeling or nervousness you're feeling about your own movie? If you want to put in the chat as well, feel free to put it. I know this was quite big for Emma. It was a big release because she's been holding on to a very, very long time. So how is everyone's? Or do you want to share it with me, Laurie? How is your one doing?
Yeah, I think my one is doing fine, actually. I feel that it went down. I cannot tell entirely, but it was a 7. No, I'm pretty confident. So I think it was good and interesting because I hardly thought about my my thing. I just was thinking with her.
Yeah.
And I had one question about it as well. So you are allowed to make like 2 or 3 movies in one session then, no?
This is more advanced, Laura.
Okay.
You will learn that level 3.
All right. I was noticing it, so I was like,
yeah, this is more advanced stuff. This is all to come. Yeah.
Okay.
Laurie completed her level 2 EFT training, so she's very good and she wants to learn more. But you see how it works. But because I was, you know, your kind of clients comes to you with different things. if I did look at her just work issue, that would have been only kind of like a surface beliefs. I had to go to the core issue, core beliefs if we were looking at it, you know, the ones that she was thinking, she was hidden that so much, you know, something is not right with me. She didn't want to release that.
Yeah, but I like that I see it, because I was stepping on someone just to try. And then I also felt I wanted to make another movie, but then I didn't know if I was allowed. But good to know that it will come in the future.
Yeah. So Zainab is 63, Jenny is 3-0. What about you, Erica? I know your one was quite high, wasn't it?
Yeah, mine's thing is mine changes day to day, but it's definitely went down, And like Laurie said, I was kind of following with you and with what you were doing rather than thinking about my stuff, because it was quite really, really good.
It has gone down a little bit.
It's definitely gone down. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else wants to share anything? Just unmute yourself and share it. It's completely fine. Roberta?
It's interesting because I had an idea of what I thought it was, and then it changed halfway through, and I wasn't trying to think of my own issue, but it kept coming back. And I think it turned out to be the core issue of the problem, but to a second job, not the first job I was thinking of. So it was something in the background about the second job that I didn't want to think about.
Interesting.
And when you asked her to go to the inner child, it all came up. It made me understand exactly what this throat pain I get with other things.
Yeah. So did your one manage to go down then, the intensity level?
I'm not sure, because I don't even remember the intensity I put for the other one. And then I now found out something else, and I feel comfortable that I understand, if that makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting how this stuff works with the subconscious minds. Once we start the healing process, it wants to heal more, and more stuff keep coming up. So anything more comes up, you know, you can carry on tapping on it and releasing it. I'm also running a challenge next week, the Phoenix is Rising challenge. I'll be doing some EFT there as well. It's in the Facebook group, Spiritual Self Mastery Lounge, so you can always join that challenge as well. We do various like meditations, we do various EFT stuff, and all about mindset, how to overcome this programming, how to release this stuff as well. So that will be, you know, good as well if you can make it. So we're starting on Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time until sort of Thursday. So if anyone can do it, please feel free to come and join. So Bernadette, your one is kind of 5-6 around upcoming house move. Okay.
I think that's probably normal when you're moving. You know, there's always a lot of stress that keeps you up at night of things you've got to do. So.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll move shortly. In a month, maybe I won't have it then.
Yeah. That's really good. House can be very stressful. Also, it can be quite exciting as well, how you want to kind of looking at it.
Yeah. It's but after 20 years or 21 years in the same house, and we're moving to an apartment, you know, there are issues around that, but it's fine. You know, once I'm in there, I'll be fine.
Anybody else? Jenny, Zainab, do you want to say anything before we say bye?
I want to thank you, Etta, for hosting this. It's always awesome to be able to see how you work. And Emma, I really appreciate your vulnerability in this group. You did an amazing job today. You know how challenging that was for you, all of us. Could see it and feel it. And much love to you. From my heart to yours. You did a really good job.
Thanks, Jenny. And thank you again, Ida. You really are incredible at what you do.
You're welcome, Emma. Thank you for being so vulnerable, you know, putting it all out there. It was difficult to get there, you know. You were hiding it quite well, but we got there. At least you're aware of it now. You know what to do. You are in the Spiritual Self Master Club, so you got all the tools to release all that stuff as well. It's the important thing is the awareness. When you got the awareness, we can release it. And we've all been supporting you here sending you lots of energy as well. So you're never alone. You will never be alone. You know that, yeah? You got it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Eda.
More than welcome. Take it easy.
Thank
Next
you.
couple of days going to be a little up and down. Don't forget, this is a massive emotional detox. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that don't try not to do anything too much today. Take it easy. Have a rest, because your emotions going to be a little up and down next couple of days. This was a really big relief for you. But thank you.
Thank you.
Janet, did you want to say
Thank you so
anything?
much.
More than
Yes,
welcome,
thank
Emma.
you
My
so
pleasure.
much, Eda, and thank you so much, Emma. You are so brave, and what you are sharing is all makes sense for me, because my mom was sick when I was a child, so I had so many similarities, and it affects so much about our decisions, like having babies or having families or futures. Everything changed after the sessions, I think, because to be honest, for me, I'm scared to be like my mom sometimes in a bad way, like while she's sick, putting so much pressure to my child, and this is huge, not for a child. So it's a very good sessions for me too. Thank you for both. Thank you for everyone. I make meditations and send so much energy to you, Emma.
Yeah.
Oh, and to you, Zainab.
Okay. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was going to say you've come so far yourself, Zainab. So, you know.
Yeah, I can feel that too.
Yeah, you guys are doing amazing. So proud of you. I'll be doing another one in about 2 weeks' time. So I think it's 16. So feel free to come and join me. If you have something to work on, let me know so we can work on that. I don't know what the next one's going to be about, but I'm open to suggestions. We done traumas, we done addictions. Excuse me, we done traumas, addictions. What else did we do? Limiting beliefs. We did work stress. So whatever is the next, we can look at it. Yeah, just let me know if you got something. I'm happy to support you. Happy to, do whatever I can do to help you. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. It's been lovely speaking with you, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Bye. Bye. Good luck with the move, Bernadette.